Piers Morgan celebrates his book becoming an Amazon bestseller as Good Morning Britain loses 300,000 viewers. This is Piers Morgan's book, Wake Up, Piers Morgan, Why the World Has Gone Nuts. It's time we get back to common sense. It's time to cancel the cancel culture. It's time to wake up. If, like me, you're sick and tired of being told how to think, speak, eat, and behave, then this book is for you. It is number one in political freedom. It is number one in 21st century world history. It is number 4 in Asian politics. I would say Finding Freedom is not doing nearly as well. I'm very disappointed in the showing of Samantha's book after waiting so long for it. That's also not doing very well. But I'm glad to see that Piers Morgan's book is doing very well. Harry and Meghan's PR team sent a bizarre warning to the BBC not to only use old white men, that's a quote, in coverage of Duchess's Oprah interview. Yeah, that's not racist. Meghan Markle's email to the palace about Kate Middleton, the crying rumor, was just made public. We need to look at this because they're pointing at this as evidence that, it's true. And Omid Scobie has come out with this. Yanina Gavankar has come out with this. And also Oprah's good friend Gayle King has come out with this. Okay. Saying that this email proves that Kate made Meghan cry and not the other way around. Okay, a few days before the wedding, Meghan was upset about something. Yes, the issue was correct about the flower girl dresses, and it made me cry, and it really hurt my feeling. Okay, so Kate was upset about something. Meghan explained to Oprah, and I thought in the context of everything else that was going on in those days leading to the wedding, it didn't make sense to not be just doing whatever else everyone else is doing, which was trying to be supportive, knowing what was going on with my dad and not. Okay, so she just blaming her. Kate should be more supportive. It was really unkind of her to make Meghan cry, which is the opposite of what we heard. To be clear, Meghan said Kate had apologized and I had forgiven her, but explained that the palace never corrected the false claims, even though she specifically asked them to. So Meghan said, you need to correct this in the news because Kate made me cry, not the other way. And so here's the email, according to Scobie's source. So Harper's Bazaar reports that Omid Scobie reveals part of the email that Meghan wrote to royal aides when they asked Prince Harry to co-sign a statement squashing rumors that Prince William constantly bullied the Sussexes. That's interesting. Before they stepped down from senior royal duties. Okay, Scobie's source, Meghan, wrote, quote, well, if we're just throwing any statement out there now, then perhaps Kensington Palace can finally set the record straight about me, in brackets, not making Kate cry. So she didn't actually say not making Kate cry. Is this spin doctoring? Because Meghan is famous for putting out her side of the story. That whole letter to her father was nothing but a burn letter, just basically blaming Thomas Markle point by point for everything that went wrong. And it was all Meghan's fault. Finally, we have Harry and Meghan's popularity plummets to record lows in the UK after the Oprah interview. That's interesting. A new YouGov poll conducted in the wake of the bombshell interview found that 48% of British respondents had a negative opinion of Prince Harry compared to 45% with a positive view. So he has a net favorability rating of -3. So he's down 3, which represents a 15-point drop. His favorability rating is -3. It's negative now. It's gone in the negative. Meghan Markle, for her part, experienced a drop of 13 points. So Harry's getting blamed more. Harry's popularity dropped 15 points. Meghan's popularity dropped 13 points, taking Meghan down to a score of -27. So Meghan's rating was already much lower. 31% have a positive view of Meghan, while 58% have a negative view. So Harry's negative view is 48% versus 58%. He's catching up to Meghan. Look at that. Jeez. And this is all when they left the royal family, and it just keeps going down, down, down. And there's a little spike of popularity there. The only other royal whose popularity has dropped since the interview is Prince Charles, whose favorability fell by 14 points to +7. Opinions on Queen Elizabeth, Prince William, and Princess Catherine remain mostly unaffected.
Good day, YouTubers. Welcome back to my channel. Time for a spot of royalty. So Meghan and Harry's popularity is plummeting. So I'm going to say that this interview with Oprah is backfiring. Now the war is starting. Meghan has her sugars, her flying monkeys going out and stating her side. Yanina Gavankar, Omid Scobie, Gayle King, and we have Charles with the other side coming out. The black choir that sang at Meghan's wedding, the leader is coming out and saying that, Charles is a great guy. He was very kind to her, and there's no way of these are allegations. So overall, let's take a look at how truthful the racism and depression allegations are, because now we're going to get granular into the details of these accusations in the media. So overall, how truthful are these accusations? I'm curious what the cards want to tell us. Ooh. 10 spades, 10 hearts. That's a lying card. Oh, there's the devil. So overall, how truthful are these allegations? Okay, olive tree, the deeply rooted family, very emotional, crossed by emotionalism. Here we have the devil, we have lying, and we have the devil. We have a disaster. So foundation is a disaster. It's a disaster, all this emotionalism over the situation. Yeah, 7 diamonds, 26, 7 diamonds. Because Meghan was living in the palace as a duchess, okay? And she's complaining about how terrible it was. And people are not buying it. It's a disaster. The narrative doesn't work. I mean, if she was homeless, she went from the palace to being homeless, then people would be, oh yeah, that would be hard, sleeping on the street and, starving. But she was living in the palace. Okay, so people are just not buying it. Behind Mercury telling her truth, incubus, succubus, very selfish and lies. Here in the outcome we have, she wants to be an angel, man and diamond ring. A very direct, very committed to a very direct path to paint herself as an angel, but the woman is showing as a devil. That's literally what we have here. The woman is being revealed as a devil, somebody who's always unhappy, never satisfied, always blaming someone else. So this is, I asked, are the allegations overall, sort of as an overall picture, are they truthful? And I've got the devil, who's the biggest liar, and I've got the incubus succubus. She's trying to make herself look like an angel, but it's backfiring. It's specifically backfiring on her. She has, what is it, -27 favorability rating, and now Harry has a -3 rating. So she's destroying Harry. And when Harry's favorability equals Meghan's, maybe she'll finally let him out of the trap. I don't know. But they have the second anchor baby coming. I hope they're keeping the surrogate well fed. All right, let's look at Kate. Here's Meghan over here. Kate and Meghan. Did Kate make Meghan cry, as opposed to the original narrative where Meghan made Kate cry. But literally anything that Meghan doesn't like, she's going to fight you tooth and nail to convince you that she's right. And that's all she's doing. And it's impossible to know if she's right. Meghan just feels that she has to be right. She has to be perfect. She's the little angel and never ever does anything wrong. And if you don't view her as a perfect angel, she's just going to attack you until you just give in. And that's what we have going on here. So did Kate make Meghan cry, over the bridesmaids' dresses? Kate, Meghan. Oh boy. We're here on Meghan's side. That's kind of what I was saying. Meghan, we have sister-brother energy. We have the Queen of Spades and the King of Spades. The executioner is very ruthless. Very, very ruthless, has a plan. The snake is very powerful, very strong, using the situation and all the people and everything in the situation. So she has double dynamic energy of the Queen of Spades and the King of Spades. And that's the key. Okay, so 25, 34, 9 diamonds, communication. So she'll do anything to prove that she's right. And she has a master plan. She's going to manipulate all the people around her. Gayle King, Omid Scobie, Yanina Gavankar. And, she calls in these credits. And that's why she invited all the Hollywood stars to her wedding. Now I think she could say, oh, well, now you owe me. I got you into the palace for the wedding. Now you owe me. So this shows just absolute unflinching determination, okay, to prove that she's right and Kate is wrong. What do we have on Kate's side? Trinity working everything together. Messages working everything together. 4 and 4, 8, 2 spades. No, she didn't do it. And what really happened is a secret. Things are always a little bit more complicated than they seem. It's not just that Meghan made Kate cry. There's all kinds of undertones. There's secrets in the box. There's all this jealousy and Meghan competing with Kate. That's also going on. So did Kate make Meghan cry? No. 2 spades. It adds 8, 2 spades. No, she didn't. That's just not what happened. But other things, all kinds of other things were happening. And Meghan is just very, very, just so determined to prove that she's right. And no one is going to tell her otherwise. And no matter what, just I've heard people comparing Meghan to Jodi Arias. Jodi Arias was an honor student, very bright girl. But look at how it turned out. And she just would never admit that she did anything wrong. That's just very common. That's very common. And, a beautiful girl like Jodi Arias can just get away with so much because she just smiles and pretends she's innocent. What do we have here? Cornucopia and 4-leaf clover, everything, acting on everything constantly. So Meghan is going to pull in every resource, every person, anything she can pull in. So now they're calling out this email proof, but this is an email sent by Meghan. Okay, and it's I'm wondering if this is a spin doctoring by Meghan. She was looking forward and seeing that, she never wants to be wrong, so she was is this spin doctoring? Or is that an honest email, telling Kensington Palace, you need to correct this misunderstanding of the media that I made you cry? Is this truthful, or is this just pure spin doctoring by Meghan? boy. Because it's hard to really know what's going on, because Omid Scobie is coming out with it, and Omid Scobie is citing a source. So it's not the original email. It's from a source who gave it to Omid Scobie, and then Omid Scobie is going on this, giving it to this media outlet. Okay, and where's Meghan? Meghan is telling Omid Scobie to do this, and probably provided that email to the source, and the source may be Meghan herself. So there's a lot of hands it's passing through, and it's not the original email. They didn't show us the original email. It's from a source. So is it truthful or it's spin doctoring? Well, we have some illness and a no. No, it's not. It's from outside. Secrets. No, it's from outside. And step by step in the strong situation. 28, 33, 40. Ooh, 10 spades. Oh, disaster. Okay. So, is it truthful or is it spin doctoring? Underneath, it looks very dishonest. There's secrets. It's generated. It came up through the foundation, but no, it's from outside. So they created it. I think they may. This has happened to me. You asked. I was a federal auditor, and you ask for evidence, and in extreme cases, sometimes the person will actually go in the back room and create the document. That's completely illegal. That's actually a crime, and hand you a document they just created. That's actually happened to me, and that person ended up in prison. Not just for that, for other things. But, they were desperate enough to create a document to falsify their claim. That is actually what this looks like to me. That's actually what this looks like to me. What's on the surface? Revealing in the relationship and the situation. 7 and 12, 19, 5 clubs, decisions. So Meghan is just, I'm asking if it's this email proof. It's just blowing up the relationship. It's just exposing, and it's like dropping a bomb in the relationship. But there's definitely some funny business going on beneath the surface. Is Harry's, in the next year, are Meghan and Harry's star going to rise or decline? Okay, because this is a huge gamble. I think Meghan is kind of compulsive about what she's doing. She just can't bear. It's called narcissistic injury. If you figure out, if you find any flaw in the narcissist, they will just fight you tooth and nail to cover it up. Okay, so I think she's kind of compulsive this way. She doesn't see any other way. She can't allow anyone to see any flaws in her. And so she will just fight. I don't think she can act otherwise. She seems unable to act otherwise. And this is just kind of typical narcissist. So this was a bad move because it was a huge gamble. Is Meghan and Harry's star going to rise or decline in the next year? Because the gamble is, if you're separating out the narcissism, the gamble is that this is going to raise Meghan and Harry above the royals, and the royals are going to be just left in ruin. That's obviously what they were doing. Meghan is trying to bring down the royal family. So is their star going to rise or fall in the next year? Because right now it's falling with the negative popularity. Interesting. Rise or fall. Actions on the family in front of all the people. 10, 13, 4 hearts. 4 hearts, 4 hearts. They do have a solid, Meghan and Harry have a solid base of people that just love them. A lot of people call these people sugars. So they do have a solid base of support of people that love them. So action, talking to their base and all the people. What's underneath? Water into wine, transforming this, manifesting in the close relationship. Fox and finger of God. Very cleverly doing things to influence from outside that will transform the situation. This is very red. I'm surprised. I see their star rising. They're manifesting this close relationship, very cleverly adding things. Like doing the Oprah interview is a seven diamonds thing. They came from outside. They imposed a new situation. They completely changed the narrative. I actually see them doing quite well. I see their star rising in the future. Even though right now it's a big scandal and it's not looking great for Meghan with regard to truth and provability of these claims. She's getting so much press that I think, there's the old adage, all news is good news. All press is good press. They're keeping themselves at the forefront of the media, and everybody's talking, and I'm still talking about this interview, and I'm going to continue to be talking about this interview into the future because that's how important it is. And then they're going to piece through every aspect, the racism, the depression, the email proving this and that. There's so many things to parse through and figure out. It's endless. And every time they do it, anything they do, it keeps Meghan and Harry in the forefront of the press and in the minds of the people. All right. So what do we have here? Let's review. How truthful overall are these allegations? I have lies and I have the devil. I have emotionalism and I have the angel. Meghan is just compulsive about proving that she's a perfect angel. And it's almost like she can't stop. I really think she can't stop. That's just what she does. She's just absolutely compulsive about being a perfect angel. And it's not truthful. It's emotional. It's her truth. It's compulsive. It's just compulsive. So it's not true. A lot of these allegations are not true. And that should really, really make a difference because she's hurting the royal family and the royals and specific royals. She hurt Charles. Okay, she didn't hurt the Queen. She didn't hurt William. She didn't hurt Kate in favorability. Not yet. But she may go after them. She is going after Kate with the email. Okay, Kate made me cry. She's a grown woman. Okay, if I say, George made me cry, is anybody going to care? Nobody's going to care. Okay, because I'm a grown man. Okay, I don't know if we should care that a grown woman claims that Kate made her cry. I just don't know. So, with regard to Kate and Meghan, did Kate make Meghan cry? No. And Meghan is just really, really super determined to prove, to win, to put a stroke in the win column. And she's just absolutely determined to put a stroke in the win column. And she's not going to stop until she does. Number 3, is this spin doctoring or is this truthful? Underneath, it's not truthful. On top, it's just blowing up these relationships. It's dropping a bomb. Ace of Diamonds can be like a bomb. Just exposing everything, and it can be literally like a nuclear bomb on the situation and the relationships. So there's all kinds of there's all kinds of stuff going on, and she may have this email may have been created later or something. I don't know how they'll hide that because people are smart enough to figure out to go into the source code, and they have in previous cases, and they find a lot of photoshopping of Meghan's photos by going into the source code and disturbing. I do see Meghan and Harry's star rising in the future. So even this negative news, as long as they can hold it together, Meghan and Harry, and not get really nailed by one particular detail or two particular details and really get called out for that, then it works. All this accusing works. I'm really sorry to see. That's how I see it. I'm Joseph Magi, author of Playing Card Divination, Fortune Telling, the Magi Method. Find the book worldwide on Amazon and Kindle and paperback versions. Find the full color card deck used here on Etsy/Magi Method. Many thanks to the generous folks who bought me a cup of tea. Please like. It helps the algorithm. Please subscribe. Many people have been unsubscribed. Please share and comment.